everybody. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everybody.
We made it through Monday. Welcome to the Women of Vision show. I am your host, Haley Clendenning.
And I am your co-host, Maurice Brown.
Yeah, and we are sitting down tonight with one of our lovely Women of Vision members. I think you've been around for the whole time, right?
I have.
I was going to say, she's an OG.
I remember.
Yeah, Lingo. Welcome to the show. I wish we had like clapping sounds or I'm getting more creative.
One of those.
Right? It'd be kind of fun. We're probably enough. So yeah, you are a financial gal.
Absolutely. Financial coach.
Okay, and obviously we have a lot of questions for you regarding all of that. Especially it's tax season. You know, there's a lot. People are planning their years, so we've got some good stuff to talk to you about.
Okay.
But we want to know obviously a little bit about you and who you are. So start from the beginning. Where are you from? Where were you born?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. I love Women of Vision, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm born and raised in South Dakota, so you probably don't know very many people who are from South Dakota. But I was brought up on a farm. I am the oldest of 5 kids, so of course I was the responsible one.
Yeah, always.
Yes.
I get you.
I was the first of my family to go to college.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I went to Augustana University in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I got my BA in business and criminal justice. And then got married, moved out to California, culture shock.
Yeah.
And continued my education, got an MBA at Cal State University San Bernardino and my CPA certificate. So
Well, that's pretty awesome.
yeah, got
You're a busy lady.
Yeah, I got 2 kids, a son and a daughter, and 3 grandkids.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I know, everyone's like, grandkids, they keep you busy.
Yeah. Lots of fun. Lots of
Awesome.
fun.
Well, I'm kind of curious back to a little more of your roots in South Dakota and as a young woman in school. Were you, you always been business minded? Is that something that I don't know, you know what I mean? Like some kids are like, I want to be a firefighter. I'm kind of curious what the path that led up to that is, especially being, did you do the farm chores and stuff too?
Oh yeah,
every morning?
absolutely. You bet. So in school I loved math. So
Okay.
that was my thing. And I always thought it would be cool to be something with math or an attorney. Those were really the 2 paths that I was considering. So business made
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, so you've always been pretty driven then, it seems
I have.
like.
Yeah,
I bet
absolutely.
you were like social too in high school.
Totally.
Yeah, I could just see you being a part of like different clubs and stuff like that. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. So when you went to college, why business exactly? Just because it's broad enough to do a lot of different things, or?
Yeah, so definitely, and I did criminal justice too because I wasn't sure if I was going to do the legal thing or go for the business.
I love that.
It was just broad, and I did one internship in a juvenile detention center.
Ooh, girl.
Yeah, and I decided it wasn't the justice system; it was the parents that really needed fixing. And yeah, and it was like, okay, I think business is going to be a lot more productive. So that was partly my change in direction, or helped me to get focused.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so funny because that's one of the things that I wanted to be when I was a kid too, was an attorney. So that's funny we have that in common. And I was not good at math, so so when you finished school there, got your business degree, came out to California, and what did you focus on there from when you got your master's and everything?
So finance,
Right.
MBA in finance, and then got my CPA certificate. So from there I went and I was a CPA with, it is called Ernst & Young. They're one of the big 8. I think now they're one of the big 4 CPA firms. So that was pretty awesome, great experience. And then from there I went and I was a controller for a Fortune 500 company. So I got to use my CPA experience. And that was great experience too. So 2 really good jobs really careers that help broaden me and give me great experience.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing because I'm not that great with math either. and I feel like as a woman I struggle with that. But yeah, how did you like that? Was it like predominantly male in that firm, or
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
how did you survive?
You know, this gray is natural, so I'm
It's
dating
beautiful, though.
myself.
You own it,
I
though.
put a
It's
little plum
gorgeous.
in it just to make me look a little younger, but oh yeah, it was totally male dominated. I remember walking into boardrooms on Wall Street because I was bi-coastal. I actually worked in California, but I flew to New York City every other week.
Wow.
And and so walking into the boardrooms, there were myself and one other woman, and she was an attorney for the
Okay.
company. So yeah, very male dominated. I was really fortunate though, because the men that I worked with were very respectful. I never had any really issues, and it was actually a really good working environment. So I'm very grateful for that. I didn't have to deal with some of the things that the Me Too movement obviously
Right, I was just
highlighted.
gonna say that's very on the forefront of things
Yeah.
right now. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Gosh, talk about high intensity though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's gotta be
Wall Street.
yeah, like night and day from
Mm-hmm.
what you get to do now probably. That's intense. I couldn't even really imagine, honestly.
It was a great experience though, because when I'm researching or looking at stocks or working with clients as far as investments and asset allocation and things like that, I know those are all financial terms, we'll talk about them, but anyway, it's really awesome because I've got the experience, and so when we're looking at a company, I can probably give a little more background than what some people could.
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
true because you've kind of had a bit of run of the mill,
Mhm.
experienced a lot of different situations.
Very broad. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's really cool. We did a podcast before,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure. At least I don't recall. Did we touch on that
Right
a
on.
little bit? Maybe not. I was going to say because that's
We're
dang,
getting better.
girl. Yeah, I like that.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, you're kind of
Power
well
lady.
rounded. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I love it. I love it. So we're definitely going to need to hear a little bit more about you. I want to talk a little more about your journey once you got to
Mhm.
California. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Women of Vision show. I'm Haley Clendenning, and Maurice Brown is sitting here, my co-host,
Hey.
also our fearless leader. And we are back with Linda Lingo, our financial expertise. And we were just talking about your work at Ernst & Young
Mm-hmm.
and how it was very, high power situations, high energy. That's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious how you transitioned from that type of job into just doing financial coaching, or what made you step away from that career?
Well, good question. So actually what happened was that was when we were in Southern California. We ended up moving up here because we wanted to get out of the rat race. So that's how we came to Reading. We had
Okay.
some friends up here. And I got pregnant with my daughter.
Aw.
I had her at what some thought was later in life, I will say. I didn't think so. But anyway, and I chose to stay home and be a stay-at-home mom, which is like 180 degrees. But I got to tell you, after all the stress, it was awesome. And
Yeah.
I loved being a stay-at-home mom. I had, my son was 10,
Okay.
and so there's 10 years between the two of them. And it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So how I transitioned from that into being a financial advisor was I had a really bad experience with my
Okay.
financial advisor.
Mm-hmm.
Went for my annual review, and I remember, across the table, mahogany desk, and I had my statements laid out. I had a question, and I asked him the question. He couldn't answer it. And I asked it another way, and I could tell he was getting a little frustrated. And I asked it one more time, and he leans across the desk, and he puts his hand on my hand, and he goes, "Honey, you'll be just fine as long as you do what I tell you to do." I pulled my hand back.
Hey.
I got my papers, and I won't tell you what I was thinking, but
we can imagine.
Yeah,
'Cause we're probably all
exactly.
thinking it too right now.
I walked out the door, and I thought, I will never be back. I went home, and I looked up what it takes to be a financial advisor. I thought, if he can do it, I can do it. But more importantly, I never wanted to have to experience that again, and I never want another woman to have to go through a demeaning, demoralizing, experience like that just because they're asking a question and they're trying to understand what's on their statement.
Absolutely. And let's be real, money is a touchy subject anyways. People are already uncomfortable.
It's the
discussing
number one
money.
subject nobody wants to talk about, even more so than sex.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, that's a double whammy to have to go in there and really open yourself up. I mean, you're showing it,
Absolutely.
you know, the good, the bad, what you need to work on, and then to be also told, like, your opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Woo.
It was not good. So I became a financial advisor and worked for 2 different firms over a 10-year period, loved it. But what I found was that women want and need more education on their investments. And financial advisors honestly don't, for the most part, don't get paid to educate.
Oh, okay.
They get paid to do other things, but not educate. And so, I mean, you'll have some financial advisors who are willing to do it, but that's out of the goodness of their heart. It's not what they're paid to do. And so that's why I became a financial coach, because I really wanted to focus on what I love doing, and that's educating women, helping them to understand finances, money, to understand no question is a stupid question.
Right.
Every question needs to be asked, because when women understand their money, they actually make better investors than men do, because they'll be in it for the long haul. They're not going to, this quick tip and this quick, payoff. And so they're actually much better investors. And when they understand their money, their family benefits, they're in control, they have financial freedom, their community benefits. And really, I see it as impacting the world one woman at a time.
I love that.
That should be your tagline.
I'm just going to say,
Yeah.
slogan.
No, because you're right. Like, I feel like women, we also dictate the environment, the economy.
Mm-hmm.
I think I learned this from you about one of your talks.
We're the ones
Probably.
Yeah, because we spend, we're the
Mhm.
one who goes shopping, and
Mhm.
we dictate the economy based on that. And then when you say something about once we learn how to master our own money,
Mhm.
then it's like, it's a game changer for us.
Totally.
And it's replicated to sisters, to mothers,
Yeah.
and you know us ladies, we love to talk.
Not only that, but our children. How important is it? I'm going to get on my soap opera. It's so important for us to educate our children
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to money and finances and budgeting and, how to handle credit cards and things like that. Things that they aren't taught in the school. And
Yes.
so it's really up to us as parents to do that.
Yeah, to be the example. I mean, the days are gone where, I mean, even when I had home ec, it was like a joke. I'm not going to lie. It was. We went in and we learned to cook a few things. You know what I mean? We maybe learned how to write a check. I think that was like the biggest financial thing that they taught us how to do. Maybe balance your checkbook,
Mm-hmm.
And then we had an egg that we had to take care of. So it's like, it's a kind of comical.
I remember now. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So it is, I totally 100% agree with you, Linda, because we've all probably had our own personal experiences with finances.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps if people were more prepared at a younger level, then we wouldn't have as many of these situations that you have to try and fix when you're more aware of what your situation is to begin with.
Absolutely.
I heard that statistics that 80-90% of the time divorces happen because of financial challenges. I mean, what do you have to say about that? Is that true?
Well, it is true in the sense that, it's not the financial challenges that cause the divorce, it's the fact that they never talked about money, that they didn't make decisions together, that maybe one was more controlling and the other one just kind of, this is typically what happens, and I'm not being, chauvinistic, but typically the wife is so busy being mom, wife, probably working, that the last thing she wants to think about is paying the bills, balancing a checkbook, figuring out how much they have to spend on vacation.
Right.
And so it's easier just to let your husband do it or your partner. And so when we do that, then it's easy to let it go, and it's easy not to think about it. And we are giving our power away, really. And so and that causes a lot of tension in a marriage. And so that's why it's so important to, I call it, have a money date. At least once a week, sit down and it can be, you have to have rules, and the rules should be no judgment.
Right.
We're here together. let's work together towards our common goals, and then make it fun. Have a glass of wine or a beer or whatever, and sit down and review things so that you're on the same page, so there aren't surprises, and then it goes much better. But so you're right, finances aren't. It's said that they're the cause of divorce. They're not the cause of divorce. It's because they never talked about it.
I agree with the whole money date, and
Yep.
my husband and I, we actually have like a special time and place where we do, and we make a thing out of it, and it's not just about money.
Yeah.
It's it's also our personal life, but yeah, we make a point usually like twice a year to just like, it's not like, oh, let's sit down with our laptop. It's more like, hey, let's go adventure somewhere, and it's
How do we
it
get
it does help. But after 4 kids, like we needed to.
Yeah, no, it is important to discuss money, and like you said, I think it's not the money issue, it's communication really, but that is a touchy subject like we just talked about. We don't even want to talk to a financial planner, or advisor that doesn't know us sometimes until we have that relationship, so that's going to be challenging. So I can really understand, and I love that you have a passion though then for women to understand that too, because I do feel sometimes as women, and it is kind of maybe an old school thing to say, but the husband traditionally at times in the past has run that portion of the household, so it's nice to have our own understanding and be just as big of a part of it. So
Yeah. So do you run into
coming up on a commercial break, so I gotta cut you off. I know, trust me, we could talk about this for probably a lot longer
because way too fast.
but we are coming into another commercial break, so we do want to mention a few more of our amazing sponsors. Maurice, take us in.
Thank you so much to Maria Salas with Healthwise Chiropractic. She's located at 405 South Street, Suite D. And to Lit From Within, they're located in 2449 Athens Avenue. They have organic spray tanning, infrared sauna, light therapy, natural teeth whitening. Yoga classes, hip hop classes. It's amazing. And to All Fired Up, they're located 1796 Churn Creek Road, pottery, and they do pottery painting, life casting, board art, clay prints, and as well as some workshops.
Yeah, they have a really cool little place. If you guys haven't been in there, there's a cool place to take your kids too, or do
birthday
date
parties.
night. Ooh,
Yeah,
do parties.
birthday
Okay.
parties. And to Dana Grant, Master Intuitive Life Coach. She's one of our Chico Women of Vision Chico, and she's an amazing lady. And to Relieves Trading, they do 100% USDA certified organic hemp grown at Whole Circle Farms in Oregon, USA, and for pain relief. So hit them up.
Yeah, the bath bombs are awesome.
Yeah. Do I still have time?
Yeah, I think we've got about a minute left.
Okay.
So.
And to Max, the only male sponsor we have. He's a World Financial Group Life and Health Insurance Agent. And to Ali Veers, our Boheme Salon and Spa. Did we mention her earlier?
No, we haven't yet.
Yeah, she
facials.
has amazing stuff. You can also find Haley's candles there, by the way,
Oh, yeah.
that she never talks about.
It's not about me. I get enough in there, so don't worry. One of these nights I'll make you interview me, and it'll be like super
Oh my
awkward
gosh,
for
we
me.
need to do that. We do. I'm gonna make it awkward for her.
Right? Well, we're gonna hit the commercial break here at KCNR 1460 AM 96.5 FM. If you guys want to call in, you can 605-4567. We are ready for your questions if you have any.
Yeah, ask Linda.
Yeah, call in.
A hot seat.
We'll be back with Linda Lingo after the break. Hello, welcome back to the Women of Vision show, everyone, here at KCNR 1460 AM Talk Radio. We are sitting down tonight with Linda Lingo, and she's giving us some fantastic information about finances, and we were talking right before we went to the break specifically about women in finance, and you are very passionate about that. I can tell. So
Yes.
I am kind of curious to roll two questions into one.
Okay.
What, first of all, ignites your passion so much with helping women? Was it mostly just your own personal experience?
Yes.
Okay, because that was pretty intense, and I hope I'm not asking too much here, but was your partner, husband, in the situation with you?
At the time, kind of.
Okay, gotcha. So it was an experience that you...
Oh, no, he wasn't there. It was just me.
Yeah, you
in the
experienced it
room.
by
Yeah.
yourself,
Mhm.
so no wonder you're extra passionate about it then. Okay, just very curious. So yeah, what are women mostly the clientele that you try and work with, or?
Yeah, great question. Yes, so I focus on women and couples. I actually don't coach men one-on-one. That's
Okay.
not my
Not your groove.
Not my groove. Yep, exactly. Yeah, because of my experience, I definitely am passionate about women and the fact that I have a daughter. And I guess I envision myself as, I want to be the best person I can be, because I want to bring her up in that spirit, so that, I see her starting off standing on my shoulders. And so when I can educate her, when I can give her information, when I can help her to make wise choices financially, so that she doesn't, run up credit card debt or ruin her credit score or whatever, she's just starting that much further ahead than I ever did.
Yeah, absolutely.
So because of that, I actually offer twice a month. It's called Women Talk Finance Happy Hour. So this is my way of giving back.
Oh, okay.
It's a free, free. And so on the first Thursday of the month, it's at my place. So you have to RSVP.
Okay.
Because I don't just give my address out on the air.
That's a wise thing.
And on the third Thursday of the month, it's virtual. So
okay.
So if you go to my website, lindalingo.com, happy hour, put in your name and your email address, and then you'll get the updates as to what the topic is. So I have a topic each month. For instance, in March, I'll be talking about how to save on your taxes while saving for retirement.
Uh-huh.
And
Wow.
so that's the conversation. We always, about half an hour, we talk about the topic, and then I always leave a half an hour for questions. So any question is a good question. And so whether it's at my place on the first Thursday or virtually on the third Thursday, it's just an opportunity for women to ask questions. It's a judgment-free zone. No judging. Any question's a good question. And it's a great time to have discussion and to meet other women, especially at my place. And I thought happy hour would be fun, and I've been having fun. So
Amen to
that's the happy hour.
Yeah, and it's in alignment with what you're saying. It doesn't have to be this daunting
Scary.
thing.
Yeah.
Make it fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then the more people will come anyway, just because it's just more fun.
Yep. And girls and girlfriend, you want to bring your girlfriend, so two's always better than one.
And honestly, let's be real. That's a really responsible choice to make when you tell your husband, I need girl time. An hour to myself, you're getting some financial counseling
Absolutely.
as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a win-win situation.
Yep. It's a two-for.
That's awesome. How long have you been doing that?
Since November, so it's
Okay.
fairly new.
Ah,
Yeah. So
I like
come
it.
check it out.
What sparked that idea?
Well, I was reading statistics about how, nobody wants to talk about money. It's the number one topic nobody wants to talk about. And I just thought, I wanted to, and I wanted to make it judgment free, because I think too many times women judge each other. And, it doesn't matter how much or little you know. It's the fact that you're willing to invest in yourself, and you're willing to come out and, I guess, be a little bit vulnerable.
Amen.
And ask questions. And I think too many times, we think, we have to be this perfect professional. I've got all my together. And, life isn't like that.
No.
We encounter things. I've been through a lot. And I think because of all my life experiences and my age, I really can relate, and I am very empathetic, and I'm a great listener. And so it's very easy for people to open up and have those conversations, whether it's one-on-one or whether it's in a small group setting. So,
Well, that's a gift for sure. Probably is definitely something that sets you apart from a lot of other, because I'm not going to lie to you. When I think financial planner or coach, I think tie, just stuffed shirt type of, you know what I mean? That's the
Yes,
image that comes to mind.
well, that's what the majority of them look like.
So it's kind of nice, and it's refreshing to have a different option that doesn't have to be your situation. You can go get help with Linda, and she's awesome and fun.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you are. I just love that idea, and especially opening your home to people too. That's very welcoming and a comforting setting. So anyone's shy but needs a little, and it's free, you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
That's another, so there's no excuse really now, because I was going to ask, what other services that you do provide.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that that's something that people question is, how much is that going to cost? Can I afford to do something like that? And if it's free, then you really don't have an excuse not to.
Come out for an hour, invest in yourself, and learn something at the same time, and meet some wonderful women.
I love it.
So Linda, like when somebody comes to you for finance advice, I mean, I'm sure it's like there's a menu for it, but how do you like make it less complicated to where it's more focused and they can kind of, know where to go for the next steps? Like what's usually your first step for them to move forward with their financial journey?
That's a great question. So I actually start with a free 20-minute discovery call because I want to make sure that what they are looking for is what I offer.
Right.
I never want to, set an appointment and take somebody's money and then, halfway into it go, oh, well, I'm not the right person. That's not me. So I always do a free 20-minute discovery call to make sure what they're looking for is what I can offer, number one. Number two, it's really important for me when I'm working with clients, we sit down and we figure out what it is they need, where are they now, and where do they want to go. And so sometimes it takes some investigating, some dreaming, because women typically don't take time to think about what they want. So there's two areas that I typically coach in, to answer your question. 20 and 30-year-olds typically are just getting started. So they may have run up credit card debt in college, or they've got student loans. They need to get their money story together. They don't know how to track their expenses or live within a budget. So that is an area that, and that's what my new program is all around, is helping primarily that age group. And then the other group is typically, now you guys aren't there yet, but when you turn 50, it's an OMG moment. It's like, how the heck did this happen, But when you turn 50, the kids are probably out of the house and you are starting to focus, you probably have empty nest, and for the first time, it's probably, I can think about me or us, if you're married,
distraction.
Yeah, exactly. And focus on your retirement. And so that is a great opportunity to coach women on, I get the question, can I retire at 65? Or how much more do I have to save to retire at 65? Or, this is kind of what I'm thinking about. And that's when the couple coaching comes in, because I want to do both of them. This is what we're thinking about for our retirement. How much do we have to save? Is it realistic that we can retire at the age that we want to? And so that's a great opportunity for me to coach too, because I've done a lot on retirement planning. So those are kind of the two areas. My philosophy is to build wealth. Now that's a relative term. For somebody, 50,000 might seem like a lot of money.
Right.
For somebody else, it might be 500,000, and for somebody else, it might be 5 million. But under that footstool of wealth on the top, there's four legs, if you will, and it's understanding your mindset, and you're tracking your expenses and your budget, investing wisely, and then building your wealth. So that's kind of the philosophy of building wealth that I use when I'm coaching, regardless of who I'm coaching.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show in itself, talking about learning and saving for retirement. Because honestly, that's funny, the two age groups should really blend a little bit more, because that you don't think about that's the time frame you really should be kind of a little bit more active thinking about your retirement and your that. So
you mentioned 20 and 30-year-olds, like
I'm stopping you again. I'm getting good. We have a commercial break here coming up in a little bit, 2 minutes. So just wanted to make sure that we fit in the rest of our amazing sponsors before we hit the commercial break. I'm sorry, I hate interrupting.
Oh, it's okay, girl.
I'm getting really good at it.
We only have a couple more, and that would be Bev Gray with Zervita. She offers like some nutritious drinks. Hit her up. We're actually gonna have her as a guest one of these days, probably like in March sometime.
Good,
and
I'm curious of what that is.
Yeah, I have samples.
I'm intrigued. What is this?
And the quiet team here in our studio is Sarah Marie Chapin, and she's wonderful, you guys. Photography, videography, Sarah Marie Spectrum. Just to let you know, she doesn't always say yes to a project. So if you want to work with her, you have to just hit her up and email her. So you can find her on Facebook, Sarah Marie Spectrum.
Okay. Anything else we
That's
need to
about
mention?
it. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, Sarah's been awesome.
I
She
know
has
it's
been.
cool.
We've forgotten to mention her honestly the last few times that we've been in studio because we're getting in our groove. But she's been here every time, you guys, taking our amazing YouTube videos and getting pictures for us and helping us out because we can't do all that as we're flapping our gums. So we definitely want to
She's
give
part
you
of
an
the
extra
team.
appreciation for that. So. But again, we have one more segment left, so if anybody wants to give us a call, has any questions for Linda, the number is 605-4567, and this is the Women of Vision show here at KCNR 1460 AM Talk Radio.
But I don't want to get sidetracked.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Women of Vision show here at KCNR. And we are sitting down with the amazing Linda Lingo, and we were just discussing your amazing career and what you do to help women get more financially stable. And we have a really cool little situation. We have our first call. So I know. So we're ready. Whenever he is, we'll take our caller and see what the question is. How exciting.
Alrighty.
Hello? Hi,
Hello.
welcome to the show. Who's this?
Kath.
Hi, Catherine. How are you? Oh my gosh, like our Catherine? Women of Vision Catherine? Yeah!
Hey, Catherine!
How's it going, girl?
Woohoo!
All right, so what's up, girl? What's your question? Ooh, that's a great question.
Great question. Well, first of all, if you have credit card debt, you obviously have to get that paid off. So, not sure if that's the situation or not. But if it is, then definitely be paying off your credit card. And the other thing that affects your score, if that's what you're talking about, is how much you have outstanding on your credit card. So obviously the faster you pay them down, the faster that improves your credit score, because that is actually, I don't remember the exact, like 30% of your credit score is how much you have outstanding on your credit cards. Don't close any right now, just pay them off and hold on to them, because the other thing credit score looks at is how long you've had your credit cards outstanding, and the longer is better.
Oh.
So couple tricks there to improve your credit score.
Yeah, well, thank you for calling in. That's so cool. You're our first caller, so this is kind of awesome. We need to get you in as a guest, too.
Yes, we do.
Hopefully
Thank
sooner
you.
than later. But thank you so much for calling in, and I hope you have a great night. Talk to you later. Bye, Catherine. All right, so back to kind of, I know we were all business, but we are a little bit curious too about, Linda. So what do you think makes you whole to be the best at what you do? Because often we talk about being women, we don't take care of ourselves enough to, to provide what we need to other people. So
Absolutely.
what's that like?
It has taken me a while to really come up with a method for doing that. So for me personally, exercise is really important. So I start my day, I include 2 miles walking in the morning, and that helps me get grounded, and I do some of my best thinking then. And then I also take time to journal. I'm a big fan of journaling, getting those ideas out of my head onto paper. I feel like it releases space, and then I can come up with more ideas. So I do meditation, quiet time in the morning. I do some physical. I eat healthy. I'm not a health nut, but I do eat healthy. And then and then I take care of myself, and I don't feel selfish about it. So personal care, whether it's a massage or, something like that, a facial. Carrie next door, Spa Fleur de Lis, gives awesome facials, by the way.
Yes.
Anyway.
She just redid her salon too.
Yeah,
right?
oh, it's beautiful. So that's another way. And then professionally, I take care of myself. I actually have my own coaches.
Okay.
So I have a personal coach. Her name is Alessandra Duke, and her check her out, alessandraduke.com. KCNR.com, and she has a program called The Brink. It's very affordable and it's awesome, and it's a way to keep me accountable, but also sharp personally and emotionally.
Oh, I like that.
And then I have a business coach. Her name is Jennifer Maggiore. She has Brand with Catalyst, and she helps you take your business to the next level. And I'm just finishing up my 1-year contract with her, and I am doing things now I would not have done without her prodding, encouraging, and helping me on many different fronts. So Jennifer's awesome. She's got a new program also, but check it, brandwithcatalyst.com. Check her out, and I love both of them, and so that helps me to be the best that I can be.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm learning more and more, actually. A lot of ladies have coaches that are there to just give them, like you said, the tips and tricks to push you outside of your comfort zone,
Absolutely.
give you the confidence to, fill your cup when you need it a little bit, and guide you. And that's really quite amazing.
Yeah, a support system is very important.
Absolutely.
Because you can't do anything alone. I know I can't.
Yeah.
I need you girls.
Well, how lonely would that be anyway? So.
Well, it's finding your tribe, and I think that's really important. I mean, it's great I love Women of Vision. It's, to physically be able to sit down, but I mean, these ladies, one's in Seattle and one's in Scottsdale. So, we do everything virtually, but we do meet periodically, which also makes it fun. And the other thing I do is, I'm at that age where fun is really important to me. And so I travel.
Yeah.
I enjoy the grandkids. I love to read. Reading is really important because I love learning. And I think that's what kind of keeps me so passionate too, is I'm always reading and learning something. It's like, I got to share this. So, whoever the next client is like, oh, I can share something new with them. It's awesome.
That is really incredible. I love reading too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to take up too much time because I do want to talk about what you have coming up too. But I'm just kind of curious. I mean, so what makes you happy out of all of this? Like, what is your happiness?
Oh, my purpose in life is to learn, to share, and to have fun doing it. And every time I talk to women and get to share with them, I just feel like it's an opportunity for me to live out my life purpose.
Yeah.
And hopefully it makes her a better person as a result of it.
Yeah.
Can you share one person that on top of your head comes on top of your head that just that you accomplished this with? Basically like a success story with one of your clients.
Yeah, so I won't use any names, but young gal, she was in her 30s. She had a lot of student debt and credit card debt. We sat down, we put together a game plan. I mean, it's not always easy. I'm not saying that you do this overnight, but over a period of time, she was able to pay off her credit cards. She had her student loans under control. I mean, they were part of her budget. And she was able to start saving for retirement, and to see the difference in this young woman in her demeanor, in her attitude, because she was finally in control. The money wasn't ruling her, wasn't running her life. She was in control, and she was able to spend it in alignment with her goals. And that's the other thing, is helping her determine her values, because when you understand what your values are, then and only then can you set goals that are in alignment with your values so that you can succeed.
You can accomplish
Yeah,
them.
absolutely.
Yeah. So we definitely need to figure out what you have coming up.
Okay.
Some of your upcoming events.
I'm super excited because registration is open this week for my Master Your Money Lab. It's an 8-week small group coaching program, and it totally focuses on helping women discover their money mindset, tracking their expenses, developing their budget or money spending plan, as I like to call it.
Yes.
Paying off debts and improving their credit score. So
that's a lot of information.
It is. In 8 weeks, it's it's awesome. LindaLingo.com/master-your-money-lab/ don't ask me how that all came up, but anyway, or email me at linda@ lindolingo.com.
You made it sound cute though. So
Yeah.
well, that's awesome. You guys can still sign up then because it just opened registration.
Just
so
open, so early.
get in there.
Early registration, you can get $100 off before March 7th.
Okay.
So take a look.
Time to take control, people.
Yep. So lindolingo.com is my website. I'm on Facebook, Linda Lingo Financial Coach. Instagram's the one my daughter came up with, Financial Planning with Foyer.
I love it.
And LinkedIn, Linda Lingo.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us tonight.
I
We
had
do
a
have
great time.
some good stuff to talk about really quick as we wrap up the show. So
Yeah, that came up very fast.
I know.
No, way too
I'm
fast.
like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 minutes. That's quick.
We plan on having Linda here probably like a 3-year check-in. I mean,
Maybe
3-time
quarterly.
check-in throughout the year. Yeah, just so you know, because I'm sure there's more to touch base on. Like, yeah. Anyway, so we're running out of time. But I just wanted to promote our 2 major events in Women of Vision, which is the Realign Retreat on June 18. We plan to unplug from the daily hustle and realign with our divine self. That's June 18 with Anise Fisher, and as well as our Women's Success Summit on August 15, 2020. Registration is open now, but also we are in the process of acquiring sponsors. So if you want to be a sponsor, visit our website, womenofvisionmovement.com.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys definitely need to check out the website. It is one of the best ways too to keep track of all of the upcoming events that we've got going on, because we do have a lot of different chapters. So just know too, February 28th, that's this weekend. We have a Red Bluff meetup, and then also we have February 29th, a creative problem solving workshop. So
Yeah, our next guest next week is Patty Nadeau with Bargain Books and More.
okay.
That's it. Have a good night.
I'm excited to talk to her too, find out more about her new shop that she's opening. So thank you everyone for tuning in.
Thank you.
And thanks
Thank you,
Linda for sitting
Linda.
down
It was
with
fun.
us.
Sarah.
Sarah, you're amazing. So anyways, everyone have a fantastic night. This is the Women of Vision show, KCNR 96.5 FM, 1460 AM. And we are
Women of
Women of
Vision.
Vision.